with Friends Podcast.
All right, Jackson, say some more stuff. You're sounding really hollow for some reason.
Like Hollow Man? Hollow Man?
Like
You remember Hollow Man? Kevin Bacon? The sexual pervert that turned himself invisible?
There's also a song, Hollow Man.
There's a song called Hollow Man?
Trapped.
Oh, that's right. Forgot about that one.
Sing it.
I don't know. I had no headstrong. I know Echo.
I'll do the instrumental if you want to do the lyrics.
Oh, man.
Headstrong.
I feel like they had like a,
See, I sung Headstrong last week.
I'll do Echo then.
Close my eyes.
I don't know. That sounded more like, I don't know, typo negative trying to do it. I close my eyes. Let the whole thing pass me by.
I'm digging it.
Or that dude from Lifehouse. I don't know. There is no time to waste. Oh, you waiting for me to start the show?
Start whenever you want.
All right. Hi, welcome to Crushing with Friends podcast. I don't know. I'm trying. What can I do for? Like,
Just be you, man. You
just be
always
me?
just be you, bro. Just be you.
Me sucks.
No, you is all they want.
You have to embrace yourself. Love yourself.
Power up, dude.
Power up. Gling, gling, gling. All right. All right. Hello. Welcome to Crushing with Friends podcast. I am your host today, Jackson Brightman. As with me always is Kyle Hobbs
I'm Kyle Hobbs.
and Connor Hobbs
G'day.
and one of our favorite returning guests, Matt. Matt, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic.
Oh, we're not clapping for Matt?
I'll clap for him.
I clap for me.
Yeah. So, let's get into it, shall we? This is the voice for the entire podcast, by the way. Not really. I'll go ahead and cut it off there. I don't want to get the listeners too addicted to the sound of that voice, so
Right.
It was a little lavish and sexy.
yeah. That needs lavender scent to go with it.
Sure does. And if you like what you see today, or if you like what you see always, like and subscribe.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We're on the race to 500. As you see. We're going to 500. We're coming around to 270 what? I don't know. But we're rising. We're getting there. We're getting there close. 500. That's where we're going. Indy 500. All right, Kyle. How did you tackle this week, you bugger?
Here's how I tackled it. I watched that new Ahsoka show. Ahsoka.
I watched it as well.
Ahsoka, good.
I like it a lot.
Is it good?
It's pretty good.
I'm a little hesitant, but I'll watch it.
I was also hesitant at first, but I enjoyed it. I ended up liking it.
Okay.
I recommend watching like a little recap video
Right, yeah.
because
Star Wars Rebels.
I've watched a lot of Rebels, but a lot of it is so cringe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's why I haven't watched Rebels.
Same with Clone Wars, man. There's a lot of episodes in Clone Wars. I'm like, man, what the heck is going on? But like, if you watch like a good recap video, it makes the Ahsoka show way better. But yeah, I was loving it. All it takes is some lightsabers for me to get my my kicks in. You know, I'm gonna get my willies going.
Red lightsabers. Whoop, I'm interested.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? There's a pretty hot blonde chick with a red lightsaber in this, and
I've seen some videos,
yeah, I had my eyes on her and Ramona Flowers. Don't think I skip past her and her green skin.
Ramona Flowers.
I'm sick of Hollywood making aliens hot, bro.
But it's like
Making me feel weird at home, man. It's like, yo.
I also hate that like most of those actresses have to like go through a huge process just to put like all the makeup on and
Oh, yeah.
practical effects. Like Gamora, she had to like just do like she was just like Batista on the Guardians of the Galaxy, having to put on all that makeup and stuff. But
Pretty nuts.
it's worth it. Make those aliens hot, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also watched Foundation, which love Foundation. It's really good. I don't quite know where the story's going, but we'll see. It's cool. Anakin has as of this recording, it'll be this week, but Anakin has sex ed next week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, dude. So if you were a normal listener, you'll know that like a couple weeks ago, I was talking to you guys about when is a good time to talk to him about sex.
So right
And-
before sex ed, it was the answer.
Right before sex ed. Yeah. It was like, okay, if you're about to see like some gross shit, you at least need to know why the fuck this is happening. You know what I'm saying? And how this is happening and why this is happening. You know, like all of these things. And we were making dinner, dude, and my wife and me just decided to break it down for him, dude. And
So you didn't wait till after he was done eating? You started talking.
Mid dinner.
during dinner,
Oh,
yeah.
dude, you should wait till he was done.
Yeah.
If you gotta start them on it, you gotta start it rough, you know,
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
rough. It's a rough road.
Yeah.
It was definitely gnarly, dude. Just sitting there watching him have his mind blown. There's been a couple times in my life where I've literally seen his brain explode. Like when he learned about Santa, and when he learned about Santa, he learned about all of it. You know, tooth fairies and all that stuff. It was just, you know, out the window. And
I remember that day too.
I remember that day
I was
very,
like, what the fuck?
very vividly. Yes, being crushed, and I remember Connor not really caring that much. I was crushed, dude, because all the magic was gone. But
Yep.
so we sit there and we're like breaking it down for him, and he first is like, "Wait, so all that like." I asked him what he thought sex was, you know, and it was just like he's like, so they're on top of each other and they're just like humping or whatever, and I'm just like, yeah, you got something going on there, you know. Then we broke it down for him further. I'm not going to tell you, you know, you guys know what sex is. And then
This is sex, son.
Did you do the Scary Movie 3 thing? Like grab a donut and a wiener? It's really like, let me explain.
at the very end, yes, because I could tell he was still so confused by the end of it. After I told him about, you know, the motions that happen, I could just tell he still was just like, what? But by the end of it, dude, he had some questions for us. He's like, wait. So whenever sex is wait, he's like, so wait, do you pee into mom's
Eggs?
do you
Just pee on her eggs?
He's like, do you pee into mom's breast milk hole?
That's crazy.
I lost it, dude. Once he said that, I'm like, oh my god, he doesn't get it. I just started laughing so hard, man. I was like, this is one of the funniest moments of my whole entire life, dude. Like, I'm so glad I had this conversation with him. And you know what I'm saying?
He's seen Deadpool, hasn't he?
No. I cut him off from all that kind of stuff, dude. Like all the hardcore stuff like that. Like he knows the terms, but he doesn't know what's happening. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know how
Yeah.
kids are, you know?
Yeah.
Like
I was that age too. I remember when I first figured it out, and I was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
exactly. This is what's happening right now. So, and you could tell once I was telling him all that, all these movie references he knows in his head, I could also tell they were popping for him. And he was like, whoa. You know how that goes. But he also asked, so we started laughing, and I was like, no, that's not how it works. And then he followed up question instantly with, so okay. Do you pee into mom's butthole? We just laughed so hard, man. And then I explained, what happens and the fluids, yada yada yada. You know how that goes.
At no point did you just like say, you know what, son? Come on, I'm gonna I'll show you.
No.
Time to sign you up for Pornhub.
You don't need to sign up.
You don't need to sign up,
You
but
don't need to do that.
you don't need to, but
Oh man, but it was just, and one of his friend, he was like, so do you? Whenever he's like, so whenever you like it, he said he was like, one of his friends said that he was like, pretty much beating off or whatever, and he's like, well, one of my friends said that. And he's like, so what is that called? And I was like, Rachel, you can handle that, dude. Take the wheel.
it has many names. So
I'll never forget the time, like when I was in like 3rd or 4th grade or something like that. No, wait, it was the 5th grade. It was algebra class, but it was like one of those days where we had nothing to do. So we were just watching like, I can't remember. I think we were watching Newsies or something. And I went to go sharpen my pencil because I wasn't paying attention to the movie I was drawing. And as I was walking back, I just like look over and there's this kid named John. And he's sitting there and he's doing this over the top of his pants. He's doing that. He's doing that. And I like walk by and I look at him. He looks me dead in the eyes. He's like, I'm jerking off, bro. He did it with a huge smile on his face, dude. Like he just figured out. Like someone like that morning told him, he was like, dude, this is what you can do. And he was just going.
He's like, this is what a man does.
He didn't last very long in school, if you were wondering. I didn't see him at all, like in junior high or high school. I think he actually went to that alternative school, but
So, and he's like, also I heard like getting off. He's like, what's that, Dad? And we explained that to him and everything. It was fucking crazy. And he's like, I've also heard it become referred to as coming. We were like, oh my God, yes.
you're popping so many memories of my head.
It was just like, man, I'm glad he's learning all this, I guess, from us. You know what I'm saying? And not from a source that's like, I don't know what it is, man, but it's this, like you're getting the real thing, but
Matt, you remember Tristan? Whenever I was like 12, 13 or something like that, I would go to his house and we'd skate and stuff like that. But he would always quote this part from Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. And it's basically just like the part where the guy is on top and he's like, I'm gonna go. Tristan would always say that. And I'd just be like, yeah, man, you're coming. I just thought he was like, yeah, you're coming my way, man. Like, you're running right at me.
oh my gosh. But man, like it was just so awkward, dude. Like, but it was so funny and so like so great, man. I wish I could have videotaped the whole thing. It was just so funny.
Do you pee in her butt?
Yeah, man.
Do you pee in the nipple hole?
I've never thought that one, man.
Yeah, I never thought of
That's
that
crazy.
one.
Yeah,
Hole.
that was when I lost it, man. It was just the funniest fucking thing I ever heard.
How would you even pee in a nipple hole? Like,
As a kid, I always thought it was just like whenever someone wanted a baby, they're just like, yeah, all right, let's grow one. It was kind of like just simple as like, snap. All right, making the baby now.
That's honestly what I used to think too. Like it just happened.
I never thought it was a stork or anything like that.
And we even explained to him, like, dude, you survived out of like millions of sperm to get out, dude. Like, you were the champion. You're the chosen one. And we were like, explaining that to him, and he's just like, it's like, sweet.
Just guys still end up pulling up Star Wars like you're the chosen one.
You gotta show him the beginning of that movie, Look Who's Talking. During the credit opening sequence, it's literally just in the inside of a woman's womb, and you just see a bunch of sperm running towards the egg, but all the sperm are like, let's get it! Break on through!
But I also watched that movie No Hard Feelings with Jennifer Lawrence.
Was it good?
It was good.
I need to check that out, man.
good.
I
I
forgot
do-
about watching that.
I do recommend it. It was really good, actually. It was quite funny.
It looks good. It looks funny. It looks very raunchy.
Yeah, that's enough. Got nothing else going on in my life. Played a little bit of Final Fantasy 16, trying to get through that. I'm at the end.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
What about you, Connor?
Finished the Harry Potter books.
Finished them all?
Yeah, finished them all.
Nice.
Felt really good about it too. I feel like I did something, you know. Yeah, I'd say that they're worth a read if you haven't read them. I put them up there with like the Aragon books. You know, I really enjoyed the Aragon series. So I'm reading that again, but I don't know. Voldemort, he wasn't right. You know, he wasn't. I think Harry Potter, he proved that in the end. He showed him pretty much why you don't challenge the chosen one. And it was pretty interesting hearing about how, like, the only reason that Harry was even the chosen one was just because Voldemort decided he was going to attack that baby. Like, and then his mother steps in the way. Like, it's very interesting, I guess. But I don't know. There's a lot of things that could go wrong if you were the chosen one. But it all works together, I guess. But yeah, it's worth a read. Don't know really where I'm going with that, but yeah, that's it.
What about you, Matt? How's your week going?
It's been pretty freaking hot.
Yeah, it is.
I still work for FedEx, and none of our, like, pretty much 99% of our trucks don't have AC, so it's been pretty brutal. I think Oklahoma set a record with 127 degrees in the heat index on Monday, and that record hasn't been like set since the Dust Bowl. Like, it's been that bad. And so I've just been working and resting because it's just so exhausting working out in that heat. Like, I feel like I'm moving in 10 times Earth's gravity like a Super Saiyan, you know. And
Got that hyperbolic time chamber, dude.
yeah, I'm getting that training in. But I also feel like I'm sweating out whatever I ate for like middle school lunch, you know? Like, it's just bad.
I'm gonna take this moment to say we have to save the coral.
Okay.
Cool?
Yeah.
Coral!
Yeah, the ocean.
We have to save the coral.
The ocean temperatures are really high, causing coral to die.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that actually affects the coral. I know that like ocean temperatures are stupid high right now, causing tropical storms and hurricanes to form more easily.
It's wild, man. We're like living in the end days, bro.
Yeah, the world's burning.
It's freaking crazy. But hopefully we make you laugh.
I think we can make you laugh.
See you next time.
And save the coral.
Yeah.
But other than that, I played some Armored Core 6 today because today was my day off, and that stuff is pretty fun. I don't know if you guys have plans to play it for the FromSoft.
When it
From
goes on
software
sale,
campaign.
I will. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Do you think it's not worth the 65?
I think I've spent too much money on games this year. I'm trying to save a little bit. So,
Yeah, and it's still like not over, like close. to
exactly.
over.
I'm planning ahead. I gotta buy Spider-Man and then probably another game that I'm not thinking of.
Definitely Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And
Starfield.
Cyberpunk.
Starfield's on Game Pass, and I do have Game Pass, so that's
true.
part of my gaming
Game Pass.
budget.
You can pre-install that right now too.
Yeah, which I've done. But that's pretty much all I got from my week.
Nice.
And what about Jackson?
Oh, my week. It's been all right, I guess. Something really better happened yesterday. My favorite wrestler that's like, in the modern day wrestling, he freaking passed away. Really sucks, dude.
What was his name?
His name's his wrestling name was Bray Wyatt.
Originally Husky Harris.
Originally Husky Harris. But yeah. It's just one of those things where I felt like the WWE kind of like always didn't like push him as well as I wanted him to. if I was a writer in the WWE, if I was a writer there, I would have want to just write for him, you know? Because in my head, like I was like, man, I know the perfect storyline like for this character you're trying to do, but
Let's hear it.
oh, you want me to actually spit it out?
Yeah.
Well, so he was playing man, it's so hard. I would have to give you like the entire backstory of like what he's like been through. Like,
Okay, never mind.
because he's gone through like so many like different phases. Like when he first started there, he was called like, they gave him like the nickname the Eater of Worlds, and he was kind of like he seemed like a bayou priest dude that just had like a couple followers that always follow him. Both of them just look like backwoods, like
Louisiana.
yeah,
redneck.
Louisiana kind of guys, and they feel like a cult, like for sure. He was the leader of it. Whenever they told him to drop that, he created up this whole other alter ego, which was, I don't know, kind of like Mr. Rogers-ish, like Mr. Rogers kind of. He would like wear like a turtleneck and all that stuff, and he actually got fit for that because he used to be kind of like really husky. He got very fit for this one, and while he would do like all these different skits, he had creepy looking puppets on the show. It was really weird. But the entire time you just kept thinking like there's something dark and sinister like underneath this, and that's when it introduces a new character called the Fiend, which is like a new guy that wears a mask that's like kind of like close to like a Pennywise face, you know? Just like it's designed to just be scary and really evil looking. But WWE fucked that up by making him lose all those matches when they should have made him like the new Undertaker, just constantly being a powerhouse but doesn't go for the championship. Mm-hmm. Then they drop him during the 2020 pandemic, and you don't see him in wrestling forever, like 3 years. Then he finally comes back, and I was like, I got so pumped. He wrestled one match, then got sick. And he's been out since February, and he died of a heart attack yesterday. But it was gearing up towards like something that was going to be really incredible as far as like a new character he was working on. The guy that was making his mask was the same dude that did the mask for what was that movie?
Slipknot.
Was that movie the like phone? What's Black Phone? Is that what it's called? What did you say?
I said Slipknot.
No, Slipknot. No, what's that movie? The Black Phone? Is that what it's called?
Black Phone, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost kind of like the same kind of mask where it can like change and stuff like that, and it's constantly evolving.
Okay.
Like Rorschach.
But yeah, it really sucks to see him go, man. Mm-hmm. Really sucks. Other than that, I watched the Netflix Untold Sports like thing about Johnny Manziel. That was really good. Like I was like, man, I can see like why like he did all that shit, because he was like, I don't like really being that famous that much. I just want to be the frat boy, but it's not a sustainable life being that kind of guy.
Gotta lead the frat eventually.
Yeah, I started watching the 4-part series on the Florida Gators, and it's like #1 on Netflix right now, which I was like, whoa, this is #1. So I started watching that, and I was enjoying that. I got halfway through the first episode, and then I lost the internet connection. I couldn't watch anymore. So trying to think what else. That's pretty much it as far as I could think of. I watched Osaka. I thought it was pretty good too.
Osaka?
Osaka. I'm not gonna ever change it. I'm just gonna say Osaka now.
Osaka.
Ahsoka.
Yeah.
I've been saying Osaka for so long, man. So it's just one of those things that I've said it so for long. I said it wrong for so long that it's hard for me to stop saying that. Every once in a while, I keep saying fuselage when I know it's fuselage. So
Fuselage.
Wow.
it's not a word that you hear all the time, but I see it. So.
Man, I did a little bit of crying yesterday. Yesterday was Kobe Day, dude.
Yeah.
8/24/23. Yeah, I don't know why I did this to myself. I did it on purpose. I watched Michael Jordan's like
Yeah.
speech. You know, he had at Kobe's
I
funeral.
do that every once in a while too.
And-
Because it's like, it brings you down, but then it lightens it up right again whenever he goes like, "Gonna make me see another crying meme for the next."
right. Yeah.
So-
Watched that, and then I watched some of his like highlights of his games and stuff, and then watched this video of all these people talking about old Kobe stories, and yeah, man, purposefully made myself cry, but
It's not bad to just force yourself into a good cry every once in a while.
right, yeah, I miss Kobe so freaking much, dude. God, Kobe. Yeah.
So many movies that I love that force me to cry, bro. Iron Giant, man. Every single time.
See, I never cried during that movie.
Really.
Yeah.
What's funny is I didn't cry that much. I didn't cry at all whenever I first saw it as a kid. But
Yeah.
as I just got older and older, I was like, dude, this really hits me in my soul now.
It hurts.
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts to watch it. I get pancreatitis whenever I watch it.
So what you're saying is I need to rewatch Iron Giant.
Iron Giant is such a good movie, man.
It's been a while since I've seen it.
It might be the last really good, like actually drawn out animated movie.
Right. Yeah, that era was really good. Really impressive.
In the spirit of Anakin doing that, having sex ed next week, do you guys remember your guys' sex ed experience? Like how blown your guys' mind was when you walked out, like what you guys were thinking?
So I remember like very, very, like very well my experience. So like I actually remember what I used to think sex was. Like I thought it was, it was kind of like Anakin, except for the humping part. I just thought it was like two people like cuddling at an extreme level in bed without clothes on. Like I thought that was it. Like I didn't think it would like led to having a kid or anything.
Yeah.
And when I learned what sex was, dude, it was like I was completely blown away. I didn't even talk to my parents about it. Like I was just kind of, I don't know. I think I was like dazed and kind of confused, honestly.
That's kind of how I remember feeling. I was just kind of like, what? Really?
I was just like,
Huh. And then like 2 years later, it's all I could have stopped thinking about. It's like,
but I also remember this one time we like it was like a week-long thing, I think. And like they had like the boys sessions separate from the girl sessions, but like sometimes they would have the class together. And there was like this one girl that just like raised her hand to ask the question. She's like, "So what is rape?" And then like half the class just busted out laughing because she asked this question. I was like, "This
Damn.
is fucking animalistic." I didn't know what it was, but then like, then like
it's impossible not to laugh whenever you're in sex ed, man.
yeah.
You're gonna have some giggle sessions.
It was weird because she was
Yeah, that's
she was she was obviously very nervous asking the question, so it's just like I don't know how it set up everybody to laugh, but
I remember
it was interesting.
one time in sex ed class, someone asked the teacher, "What's a Cleveland steamer?" She was like, "I don't know what that is."
I couldn't tell you.
I had to be the one to answer.
That's awesome. Yeah. I remember being so disgusted, dude, and like just the gonorrhea parts were just like overloading me, dude. And then you see all the pictures, dude. And I just remember we walked out of the building first. I was like the guys and the girls all walked in. I want to say at the same time. I want to say so, but it might have been like a week apart. But all the guys and the girls go at the same time, dude. And the guys come out first, and I remember all of like the guys that were in their own little groups, you know, throughout the outside playground. And you would see like one person leave one group and head to another group and talk to them and get their feedback about what happened. You know, what we saw in there. You know, it was like
Talk to me. Tell me, Kyle.
it was like a war had happened. You know what I'm saying?
I saw several disgusting pictures, bro.
You see just some insanity.
I think maybe my brain may have just like blocked it out, but I remember like the STD, STI section of sex ed and like
You remember it so well. It's like vividly stuck in my brain. But I remember the girls eventually came out and they did the exact same thing, but they looked way more shell shocked, like they had just been hitting a blow. You know what I'm saying? And I just remember all my friends wanting so badly to know what the fuck they had just heard. You know what I'm saying? For why they all looked so stunned and like what, you know, all the different things that was going on in their heads, you know. And you know, all it took was like a day for one of the guys or one of the girls to tell one of the guys, and it just spread like wildfire, you know. Period talk and stuff like that, and just like all this different crazy shit, and it's like fucking insane. What do you remember, Connor?
I remember that I didn't take sex ed until like eighth or ninth grade, something like that. So it was like already something I was very aware of.
Wow.
So like the only thing, like you guys are saying, you know, the pictures of some seriously diseased penises freaks you the fuck out, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the main thing that you remember. But aside from that, there was one funny moment where this kid named Hunter, for some reason, the teacher's like, what are some things that you could use for lubricant? Someone's like, spit. And fucking Hunter's like, urine. It's like, oh God, dude.
Are you talking about?
The teacher's like, yes, you could use that if you wanted to.
Are you talking about really tall Hunter?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Rest in
I
peace.
miss him. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Huh?
I love that dude so much.
Yeah, he was a good guy, man.
That dude always made me laugh every time I saw him.
If you're feeling sad, call the suicide hotline for real, man, or speak to someone. You know, that's some sad stuff. But yeah, sex ed, take it or leave it. You know, didn't really learn a whole lot other than, yo, wear a condom. So I didn't already know that. I for sure knew that after sex ed.
I also remember like we had to take like a paper home to our parents before sex ed to like get permission to take sex ed class. I don't know if that was like that for you guys, but it sounds like my sex ed experience was a little bit more censored. Because I don't remember looking at diseasy penises like, at all.
Oh, dude, there was one shot, dude, where you saw the whole penis, obviously, and it was like, it almost looked like it was covered in like crystals.
Yes. Yes.
I'm just like, what the fuck is that, dude? That looks like a dead person's dick, man. Like,
It literally did look like it just got covered in
fucking-
crystals, you know?
That's insane.
yeah.
Crystals. You ever see like magazines of marijuana really close up and it's like zooming in on like all the THC crystals? That's
Right.
what it looked like on a penis.
Like a glaze.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was disgusting. I'm like, all right.
And I always thought in my head, like, how could you let it get to that?
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
How could you be harvesting crystals on your penis?
What are you
that long.
mining down there?
Your penis is turned into half a geode right now.
That's insane. I just remember like in school having to see that stuff on your own, or like getting pranked and seeing something like that online.
How they made us do it in the 8th grade was they would make us have like get partners or whatever, and they would assign each one of us a different STD, and then you would have to do a presentation on that. I got scabies.
Wow.
That was the one that I had to do a presentation on, and the entire time I was just like, this is like just basically bed bugs. I was like, what's the difference?
It really is bed bugs.
Yeah, I forget which one I did, but I remember it being a mixed class. There was boys and girls in there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I had a girl partner. That was weird.
that increases the giggle factor when you got boys and girls in the same room. You know?
Yeah. Because,
A lot of jokes going down.
yeah.
I also remember the same day they sent us to the computer lab to like get the pictures to like make the presentation and stuff like that. I also remember like we did that for like 5 minutes. We got the pictures, and then the rest of the hour or class period time was us like trying to find what kind of videos can we watch on like the computer. And we found one of like car wrecks and stuff, but in the middle of the video there was one of like rally car racing, and a rabbit runs out into the road and a car hits it and it explodes. It just boom. And as soon as that happened, everyone that was around the computer was just like, whoa. And that alerted the teacher immediately. But what was crazy is like it played the video and it was just like boom, exploded. They were like, what the fuck? And then they replayed the same thing but in like a quarter time freeze framing. And I was just like, wow. The second time it was literally like watching the leg snap in UFC. We couldn't stop watching. We were just like, oh.
We rewound that like 30 times.
So many times did we watched that.
I can't do the like something like that. I could do over and over, but like leg snapping or arm snapping, I'm like
Anderson Silva.
Dude, I don't know why we did. I don't know why I did that.
It was the first time I think any of us saw something like that. So we were just like, whoa. It wrapped around it.
And then he tries to step on it.
It's just for me, it's the snap. You can freaking hear it so
it
loud.
sounds like a bat.
Oh, wait. There we go.
Sounds like a dude hitting a home run.
I had like this bodybuilder friend. He was like 300 pounds of just straight muscle, as tall as me and Kyle. And like he one time snapped his pectoral, like he said it sounded like a freaking like a bunch of rubber bands just like went off and snapped, and it like just moved forward, like his whole pectoral muscle.
Tore off the bone.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
it's fucking.
Did like his whole chest, like pec area, just filled with blood and.
Oh, he was like his whole arms bruised. His whole like, yeah, it was bad. He had to
But
get
he was in
surgery.
so much pain.
Yeah, from what he told me, it was bad. He was like in the middle of just doing a bench workout at this gym.
Wrestling nerd talk. Cody Rhodes, he had to fight like a whole cage match with a complete torn pec muscle.
Damn.
And whenever you watch the match and you see like the bumps that he's taken, you're just like,
Right.
no way can that not feel good.
I remember whenever Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels went against each other. I think it was WrestleMania for like one of Ric Flair's retirement matches.
The one that was supposed to be his retirement match
Yeah.
before he did 6 more after that were just like, man,
But
you're too old, man.
But Shawn Michaels ended up like breaking a rib or two or something like that. He ended up sustaining an injury.
Yeah, I think he did a backflip off the top turnbuckle onto the announcer's table, so it's not even at like ring level, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it ended up hurting his ribs.
Just because it's predetermined, don't mean it don't hurt like a sumbitch.
Yeah, true that. It's not fake. It's choreographed.
That's basically how you put it.
The punches are fake. The hits are real.
Yeah. Every once in a while, you'll see one get caught though. Then that's when they say like, "All right, you bought that punch. I'll give you a receipt later."
Yeah, the receipts. Yeah.
I love that's my favorite term in wrestling. It's like, all right, here's your receipt. And sometimes they'll wait a year.
Yeah.
They'll be like, hey, you remember when you dropped me on my neck? Here's a chair shot to your fucking forehead.
I think it was Randy Orton's story of his receipt from The Undertaker. That was probably my favorite. I can't remember it though. But he's like, just having a receipt from The Undertaker. He's like, that's scary.
Man, if there's one match that I could tell anyone to watch, like even if you're not a wrestling fan, it's the Hell in a Cell match between Undertaker and Mankind.
Oh, yeah.
One where Mankind gets thrown off the top.
Yeah, that's the classic where he gets pretty much, what was it, his ear?
No, he got his ear ripped off before that.
Oh, okay.
He was, before that he got caught in the ropes, like, got intertwined, and he was supposed to hang from the ropes by his neck or whatever, but as he was trying to slide out, his ear just got caught, ripped half his ear off.
That guy was
Mick Foley is the hardcore legend.
Yeah, he's an animal.
Kyle's like, can we move past this? I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Making me want to freaking vomit, dude. God. Ugh. Those kind of stories make me want to throw up.
But that Undertaker and Mankind match, you could find that on YouTube of them both two watching it and commentating on it.
Oh,
Like they just recently put that out, and it's kind of a wholesome watch.
That's cool.
So, especially with Mick Foley. Mick Foley is just such a really nice, wholesome guy.
yeah, he's pretty cool.
I miss whenever he hosted BattleBots. In the beginning of Spike TV. If you guys want another cool wrestling video, just watch Booker T call Hulk Hogan the N-word. That's a good one. As soon as he says it, he like tries to put his hands up to cover his face, but he's like, I can't do that, I'm live. And so he just like... It's like, Hulk Hogan, we're coming for you! It's the greatest thing ever. Wrestling bloopers might be the best form of bloopers out there, dude. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I did have a question for you guys, though. What are some of the unwritten rules of being a man?
Has to be unwritten. Can't be one of the known rules.
Now, are we going by like 90s standards of being a man? Like, you skin your knee, you can't cry.
That's a known rule.
Anyone that comes up to help you, you say, get out of here, pussy.
Those are written rules, I would say.
Those are written rules?
Yeah. He wants unwritten rules.
What are... Is that written down somewhere? Is there a man 10 commandments out there?
Thou shalt not cry.
When skinning your knee.
Let's see. Let me think. I know I can think of something.
Always put a trash bag in after taking the trash out.
That's a man rule?
I
You're
think that's
damn
something
right.
you're going to have to do eventually, no matter
a
what.
kid will always forget or try to not do it.
Okay. I must be a man then. Mm-hmm. Because I truly replaced those.
You got to finish the trash.
I always like zip the trash and then I immediately put in a new one before I even walk it out to the garbage. So
You're a man.
I walk it out to the garbage, get the trash bag on the way back in. That's my method.
Yeah, I'm depending on what's going on in my house, I could go either way.
man, unwritten rules of being a man.
Whenever you drive a manual, yeah, every time you're at a stoplight or a stop sign, you have to shake. Stick shift.
Yeah.
You have to make sure it's in neutral.
You're right.
Or you got to constantly be putting it in different gears.
Yeah, playing with it.
Yeah, you got
to play with it.
You got to mess with it.
Which also leads to another one. Whenever we shake the gas pump at the end, whenever we get done pumping gas, we shake it. Women don't do that.
You don't think so?
No, they don't. Because they're not. They don't do that.
They're not used to
I
it.
don't do that, but I'll tell you why I don't do that. I watched an episode of, I think it was like, I can't remember if it was Hoarders or something like that, but it was this one dude who was just completely obsessed with trying to save every single penny that he could. Mm-hmm. And whenever he went to the gas pump, he would like get in there and he would shake it for like 2 minutes, and then he would pull up the hose and he would just like be trying to get every single drop that he possibly could. And his kids and wife will just be sitting in the car, be like, "We've been here for 15 minutes." And ever since I saw that, I was like, I'm never going to be that fucking guy.
I do it for like 2 to 3 seconds, if that.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I'll go, and then pull it
Boom!
up.
So you
But-
fucking do it.
yeah, every once in a while, but I'm never going to be like,
I'm not like saying like you're.
I'm not going to be like my friend in middle school going like, gas, man. I'm getting the drops, dude.
You gotta get
I
that
think
gas,
I think I called him my friend in middle school. He was not my friend. This dude was weird.
Just a kid that looked you in the eyes while jacking off. That's all he was.
He was jerking off in the front row of class in front of everybody.
That's
I'm
bravery.
proud about it.
You should have made him your friend. He had a lot of bravery.
Right.
He probably would have went to war for you.
I don't
Not
think so.
With you, but for you. He
I'm
probably went to
curious,
war
though,
for us.
What was more disturbing, him looking at you while jerking off, or the fact that he smiled at you?
Looking back, I just still think it's funny, man. Like at the time, I was just like, "Cool, man. He figured it out." We're just like,
Yeah, dude.
like, because at that time, I was just kind of like, "Okay, whatever, man." Like I didn't really like put that much thought into it. It's more like the memory as I'm an adult now is the funniest thing in the world to me. So
Yeah, this one time we were at Kyle's friend's house in his basement. He was having like a bunch of guys over. They pop into porno. Like 5 of these dudes each get a blanket and start jacking off. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it just went from a normal hangout to just guys jacking off in a room.
So fucking weird.
So we went to the other room and played air hockey till they were done.
Oh
It
my
was
God.
like, okay, we know what you guys were doing in there. Like, what did you do with it?
A bunch of TJ's their socks in his room.
What are they
smell
cooking?
it.
What are they cooking in there?
I gotta say, never once been part of like a group jerk off.
No, that's,
Dude,
I've known several people who have, and it's usually always like when the exact same age when everyone's like, "Dude, we figured it out. Like, let's all watch this because this is the only time we're ever going to be able to watch something like this.
yeah.
Let's get a good one out." So this has never been me. I've always been a lonely masturbator.
I prefer my privacy
Solo.
for sure. Yeah.
Sure thing. Yeah.
so
I do remember watching like real. Do you remember the show Real Sex on HBO? Like late night back in
Yeah.
the day.
Yeah.
We got HBO free for like a week or something like that, and I saw late night there was something called Real Sex, and I was like, I want to videotape record that. And so yeah, like I was like, I'm video recording this, and then as soon as I like made a decision, like 10 minutes later, my brother comes in with like a bunch of the neighbor kids that, I mean, they're all like kind of like within our age group, you know? So it's not like, I don't know, it's not like super weird, like a bunch of little kids walking around. No, we were all like in our teens for sure.
It's like a Little Rascals. Kind
Yeah,
of
Little Rascals moment we were at. But they come in and are like, "Yo, we're staying the night," and I was like, "Shit, that kind of ruins my plans." But like at 11:30, it was like 30 minutes till, and I was like scrolling through like the HBO, and I was like, "Guys, look at this," and they were like, "Dude, let's watch it." So we all watched it, and I was like, I don't know, the entire time I watched it, I was like, "Dude, this sucks having to watch this and not be able to jerk off, dude. This is the worst thing ever." Like, the entire time, all I could think of was like, "Dude, I just want to jerk off so bad, but I fucking can't with these people around." So, yeah, I got, like, what's it called? Horngry? I was like, angry horny?
Got blue balls probably.
Yeah. Not for long, though. As soon as it was over, I stopped the recording on it, and I was like, go hide this in my room for 15 minutes.
See ya.
Yeah, those were the early days of porno. That was back when we had dial-up internet, so that was something really special when
Right,
something like
that's
that happened.
gold. Yeah. Fungible porn.
Yeah, kids today don't even know, man. Mm-hmm. Have no idea. It was so easy to get there.
In our time, we had to watch music videos to bust a nut.
Dude, sometimes I would just see a naked statue and be like,
Yeah, that chick with that arm.
However, though, as a kid, I had like this. I had this VHS tape. It was a movie that I asked my parents to buy it for me because I thought it was like a Jurassic Park type movie. Because on the front of it, it showed like looked like two activists, you know, like in like Steve Irwin wear. You know what I'm saying? They're wearing that kind of stuff, and they're like, you know, like hanging out with I think it was an anapatopus. I think that's what it's called. It's like
A platypus?
A platypus. I think that's what it's called. Or a potipus, something like that. I can't remember.
A platypus?
A platypus? Is that what the name is?
There's an animal called a platypus.
No. It's, I think it's actually called a platypus. It's like, it's kind of like the brachiosaurus,
Okay.
you know, but it's a smaller, more condensed version of it.
Okay.
I'm very sure it's called the Apatosaurus.
So it's like a tiny
Starts
long
with an
neck?
A. Yeah, it's kind of like a tiny long neck.
Okay.
So I get that.
It's alive now.
No,
No,
Oh,
dinosaurs.
it's a dinosaur.
okay. I'm like, what the
In the movie, it was alive. It was like we found like the last living ones or whatever,
Okay.
and it was in Africa. So it was in Africa. They're going through the African rainforest, and they all of a sudden stumble across an African tribe. Which, guess what? Shirts are non-existent. All the ladies just had boobs hanging out, and you know like how the tribes are back there. They're all hanging loose, you know. Upside down missile silos is what they look like, or something.
Yeah.
And as a kid, like I never like once thought like this is sexual, like at all. Even like when I went back to rewatch that during my horny days, I was just like,
Not for me.
I can't crank it to this one.
that kind of sounds racist. I love black women. I gotta say, black women might be the top of like favorite like races that I find beautiful. You know, they're probably at the top, above white.
Okay. Yeah.
Just not these specific ladies from the African tribe.
Yeah, I'd say when the boob gets to the point where the nipple is like hanging down at the bottom, that's kind of like a danger sign, right?
It's a very ick.
Now we're body
flag.
shaming.
We all got our preferences, you know, to each their own.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
true.
a good, firm, supple boob or whatever. Hard like rocks, like sand, right?
lumpy.
Sand.
Like potatoes.
Yeah.
Or like a bag of like carrots, right?
Yeah.
Kind of hard, but
Have you felt the breast, man?
what are they saying? Wild Wild West.
It's like filled with like a bunch of like BBs.
Buckwheat.
Yeah, buckwheat. Buckwheat, that's your problem. Fills it with water, like, don't touch my breast. Oh my god, I'm hard. Wow, Wild West. That's such a great movie.
That's a great movie. Yeah.
I'm ashamed at Will Smith for him saying like, yeah, that's a stain on my career. No, it's not, Will Smith. That slap that you did, that's a stain.
What are your guys' advice or tips and tricks to survive in the heat?
Don't go out in the heat.
Yeah. Don't get out in it. That's the number one thing.
I'd say, you know, vampire style, right? You know, the sun is the enemy. Just go
Right.
out at night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, vampire style.
All right.
That's my only advice.
That's what it's been my whole lifestyle, is vampire style.
Yeah.
Until now.
And if you have to go outside, make sure that you are covered in sparkly stuff to reflect all that light off you.
Crystals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've always heard of this trick where you take like something like a cool rag or ice or something like that and put it on your like arms and it like instantly cools you down. I've heard that from like a baseball player.
Yeah. That's what my mom used to always tell me when I was at the skate park when I was younger. She'd be like, if you ever get too hot, just go down to the creek. She called it the creek.
Crick.
She'd be like, and just get your like wrists like in the water, and that'll help cool you down like real quick. And I was like, makes sense. So
You guys think that that Russian guy is dead?
I don't know, maybe. What do I know, dude? I live here.
No idea.
I could see how it would be a stunt or how there could be some kind of way to make it seem like he's not actually alive or on the radar.
Right. I wonder what kind of counter intelligence is going on right now.
There always seems to be like a lot of fake death stories out there. Like Jeffrey Epstein's alive somewhere. I've also heard like the one about Hitler being alive.
If,
Like,
if Hitler
basically,
was
if you're a
alive, he'd be
notorious,
like over
infamous
100.
figure, you're gonna have. If you die, you're gonna have. No, he's alive on an island with Tupac kind of story. So
Man, if Hitler was alive, he'd be like over 120. So he'd be 120 something. I don't know. He'd be old as fuck.
Could
he
be a
would be
robot.
old.
It'd be like Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah.
Somehow Hitler returns.
Man, you guys have heard that Hitler was like he got off the island, right? He like left and he went to like Venezuela
Yeah.
or just any of those like
The moon.
sure the moon, but no, like there's just big communities that are just like fully Russian in the mountains of like Chile and stuff like that. That are like all German.
Yeah, that's where a lot of like German leaders and stuff like that. They ran, of course, and they hid in like Argentina as well. I think. So I could definitely see that. He'd probably like scout it out to make sure it's a good place to run to whenever the the U.S. came, or the Allied forces, not just the U.S. But did he make it out in time?
I don't know, man. Supposedly that like the body they found was like a woman's body and stuff like that, and not Hitler's body. Supposedly.
Maybe Hitler was a woman the whole time.
I don't know, man.
That'd be crazy. If that'd be nuts. If like one of the craziest like dictators they almost killed all the Jews was trans. I wouldn't do good for their campaign that they're working on right now, but
That would be wild, man.
What would his new name be? He transitions from Adolf to Adele.
Adele Hitler.
Adele. Yeah, I think Adele sounds good.
Yeah.
He looks like an Adele.
I know what you could title this episode though.
What can we title it?
Sex Ed 101.
No. We're not doing it, Matt.
Episode 101.
New title is called not episode 1. Not episode sex ed.
Not Sex Ed 101.
Well,
More than likely, the episode is going to be called "So Do You Pee in Her Butt" or something. It's probably going to be one of those.
Butt
do you,
peeing.
Do you pee into the milk hole? Milk hole? Is that what you call it? The milk hole?
Just title it Into the Milk Hole. That makes me want to have milk and cereal. I don't know why. I don't even eat cereal that much. Like, I'm not an everyday cereal guy. I don't know if everybody else is.
Dude, I didn't eat
Something
cereal for like 15 years, and I just started eating cereal again this year.
So there's still a chance.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, it's a good option, you know?
Yeah, it is. Really, it is.
For
But like,
real.
I just don't ever go out and seek it. I don't ever go out and buy it. I don't ever go out and want to eat it.
Just get you a big bag of honeycomb.
man, I've been crushing like Chex cereal. It's like not sweetened Chex, but it's mixed with like chocolate Chex as well.
Okay.
And the mismatch is great, man. Good.
That does
Black
sound good.
and white, the perfect combination. Black and white, the perfect combination.
School day.
What kind of cereal you been munching down on?
Dude, I went to Walmart not too long ago specifically to try to find like, dude, what's gonna be my next cereal here?
Captain Crunch with ants.
Captain Crunch with ants. Yep. Nah, I've tried looking for that strawberry honeycomb, man. I just don't think they make it anymore, and it's such a shame.
That does sound good.
Maybe Valentine's Day they'll bring it back.
Yeah.
I doubt it. But
Don't get your hopes up.
I did get the like the crunch berry cereal, like the one that's like all crunch berries,
Yeah.
but it's got like marshmallows thrown in them.
Well, that's nice.
Dude, I don't know what it is about like the cereal marshmallows, but they're so good, dude. You can't just throw regular marshmallows in cereal and be like, it's the same thing.
They're like super dehydrated or something. You know?
Yeah, almost like they put them in a presser to compress them or something like that.
It's like, are they even marshmallows?
And who really knows? What is a
They're
marshmallow?
probably not. They're probably like chalk or something.
Yeah.
Damn, those little pieces of chalk taste good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the best chocolate I've ever had.
Remember when you used to have that candy that just looked like actual chalk or whatever?
Yeah.
Like candy cigarettes is what they used to call them until they
Dude, I
called
had some a week ago.
Really?
Do you know what they tasted like? Can you guys guess the flavor?
Do they still taste the same thing, kind of, or?
To me, yeah. And I was surprised by the flavor. I'm like, oh, this is bubblegum flavor.
Yeah, I always kind of got that feeling from it too.
Yeah. When I was eating it, I'm like, damn. These are good.
You know what candy I haven't had in forever, man? Razzles, dude. Remember Razzles?
Razzles are okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I never got crazy on them. Were they hard? They were hard candy, right?
no, they were that candy that like it starts off as kind of like I don't know, kind of like a sweet tart or whatever, but it turns into a gum.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's not. It doesn't taste like a sweet tart though.
It doesn't taste like a sweet tart, but
I-
it's kind of like the same thing. It's like it's not really a you know what I mean. It's got a weirder feeling like as you first bite into it that just drastically slowly turns into gum.
When I was a kid, I used to love like candy that turned into gum. Like I thought that was the coolest thing ever. I was
Dude.
like, "This is fucking sick."
I remember like the tiny little pebbles that you could just like, it would come in like almost like a pill bottle, teaching me to pop pills, and you just go, just pop the whole thing in there. Ah, man, I miss being a kid, dude. I miss having like all those candies when we were growing up.
Yeah.
Tangerine Altoids.
Yeah. God. Yeah, we need those. We need them.
Does the Altoids even have fruit flavored candy?
I haven't seen them. I don't know.
I would love to have some fruit flavored Altoids. That's
They were good, man.
They used to have them back in the day. Woo, they were great. I would always get the tangerine ones, and they also had like the really sour blue raspberry ones. Like those were really good.
Are there any other discontinued candies that you guys can think of that you wanted again? Like one of the ones that I really wanted again was Surge, and then I had it again, and I'm like, I don't know if this is the same Surge that I had. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Try to think. Something like that was released, then discontinued, and then came back. Would
Yeah.
that count? Man, I don't know.
Man.
Do they still do push pops like the
Yeah.
like the one you stick your finger on?
Yeah, they still do push pops.
I don't know if I really missed those. I was just more curious if they still do it. I've seen the ring pops. So.
I hated push pops because you would be sucking on it and then it would drop back into the tube and you have to stick your finger in there and get it all sticky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hated that part.
I don't know if you've had one recently, but now they're like spring loaded.
Oh, okay. I dig that.
And like once you take that lid off, it's like boing. It's like and you're fully
In your
erect.
face? Oh yeah.
Dude, I recently this is kind of embarrassing to say, but I'll say it anyway. I had a baby bottle pop not too long ago, dude. Those things are the shit, man.
Hell yeah.
I love baby bottle pops, man, but you can't look like a man and eat those things. It's impossible. That's something you got to do by yourself, man. You can't do that in a crowd, man. You can't go to a game and be like, get me a baby bottle pop here.
Oh man, that powder is pretty good in there.
It is really good.
Miss hearing the jingles on TV. Baby bottle pop. Baby bottle pop.
Damn, it's been a long time since I heard that.
It's not discontinued, but I like those sweet tart candy bones for Halloween. Those are like shout out like one of my favorite Halloween candies.
You just remind me. They discontinued these. Cannot find them anywhere. They don't sell them at Dollar General anymore. But you turned me on to them, I think. They were the hard-shelled gummy worms.
Okay.
You remember those? They had like a sour candy shell on the outside of them. Ooh, I loved those. I ate so much of those, dude. It was ridiculous.
I didn't show you those. It must have been someone else.
I don't know. I remember someone showed me them, and I was like, dude, these are my new thing. I would buy 3 bags of them at a time, and I would eat a bag a day.
I remember that. I think I should introduce you to Nerds Clusters, I want to say. Maybe.
Yeah, you probably did. You more likely definitely did, but I'm very sure you turned me on to the hard candy like sour worms too.
Okay. All right. Maybe I did.
I don't know. My memory is hazy now. I'm an old fart.
Do you guys have any candy now currently that you guys like to eat?
Root beer flavored candies. That's my main thing.
My main thing right now is the Twizzlers that are filled with the orange cream, and I also like the lemon cream ones as well.
Yeah, those are really good.
But when we were talking about discontinued candies, that's one of the ones that I was thinking of was Twizzlers back in the day. Probably in the early 2000s had some Twizzlers that were filled with cream, but it was a translucent cream. And it was like red and green. Those were so freaking good, dude.
Very good.
Back when candy was not as expensive.
Back when candy was candy, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
when
man.
candy was candy.
Yeah.
The original
Exactly.
Warheads.
Dude, yeah. It's weird. Anakin brought home a bag that was like original Warheads and it was like old wrappers and everything. And the flavor was really, really sour, but it faded so fast and the inside was not the way it should have been. Yeah, I remember the old Warheads, the inside was also sour, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Butterfinger BBs.
Yeah.
Butterfinger BBs was dope, dude. Way better than like buying the box. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then it's just got like the tiny little pieces. I'd much rather have the Butterfinger BBs, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Dippin' Dots. I like Dippin' Dots. Is that candy?
Ice cream.
That's an ice cream.
Okay.
And that's 100% still going, just not at this mall anymore.
But yeah, you can like it.
Still like discontinued. I don't know any discontinued candy that I've had. I just know I like these chocolate covered like coffee beans that I can get at the mall.
Okay.
These are my
Hell
favorite.
yeah.
I love it's like dark chocolate, not just milk chocolate. Dark chocolate covered coffee beans.
Bring some of those the next time you come over.
No, this is not a food at all. And this might even sound like really weird, but there was a specific deodorant that I used to get back in the day from Speed Stick that was called Musk. And it had it was like a brown like deodorant stick or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I used to get that all the time because I loved the smell of it, man. It felt like you don't even need cologne when I got this.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day I look on the internet and I see like, if you use this specific Speed Stick, like it could possibly give you chemical burns underneath like your armpits. And I was just like, holy shit, dude. And then I never saw it anymore. And every time I go to buy deodorant, I'm always just like, I wish that Musk deodorant was still here, man. Never burnt my armpits. It was good to me.
Have you gone through like the whole aisle to smell them all and see what's what?
I do that with body sprays. Well, not for every single smell. I just keep going until I find one I'm like, this is the one. This
Okay.
one smells good. But
Yeah, like maybe a year ago, the deodorant that I was using, like they just stopped selling it, I guess, and I had to like switch deodorants. But yeah, I had to do that. Just go through the whole aisle, just like smelling them all like a crazy person.
yeah.
Right.
People trying to get in there, I'm like, nah, dude, I'm smelling this.
Back
I
off.
always feel like a douche when I have to do that too, because it's like, all right, get one spray, and it's like, all right, and then you do another one, but you have to go like back and forth down the aisle because you want to be mixing smells, you know.
Right.
So it's just like, hey, everyone within like a 20-foot square mile of me, square mile, anyone within a 20-foot radius of me, get ready to be smelling whatever I'm cooking, man. So I gotta say though, the bod sprays at I can never find the bod sprays at Walmart, but I can easily find them at Dollar General. And those usually always smell better than anything I get at Walmart.
Discontinued drink, Volt.
Vault
I
got
remember
me.
getting it from like
sick.
just the vending machines from like
Yeah,
middle school.
we drank the crap out of Vault, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be popping.
Yeah.
Speaking of discontinued drinks, a lot of the Sobe drinks,
Yeah. What the hell?
like, never see those anymore. And also, what was it called? There's an energy drink called Rippets. They were 99 cents. And they made this one specific one that was like, it was like a fruit punch flavored. And it just tasted like a fruit punch flavored Mountain Dew. And it was 99 cents for like a tall can.
Have you guys seen that like Welch's strawberry soda? Is that still being made?
I don't know.
I would assume so. Yeah.
I've never seen. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've actually tried looking for it, but I haven't seen it in a store in a long time.
Those sodas. That soda has the perfect amount of bite. Mm-hmm. You know.
I love that strawberry soda. The Fanta strawberry is pretty close, but it's not quite the same.
Fanta often never. It just doesn't quite get where I want it to go. Yeah.
The highs aren't as high as I need them to be.
Nah. All right. The last discontinued item I'm going to talk about, or whatever, that's a food. You guys might be able to help me remember the name of the company. Like, they make like Polish sausages and stuff. It's like Bar 6 or something.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, back in the day, I used to eat like a bunch of Polish sausages all the time. And then one day I found one that was called like Cajun smoked sausage. And it was in the same kind of package, same size. And I was like, I'm going to try these out. And they were so good. And they were really spicy. That might be like the aliens to kick off my horror franchise. Like how much I love horror movies as a kid. That was probably the thing that kicked off like, I love spicy things now.
Really.
And every time I've gone to so many different like places like for groceries, I can never find like Cajun sausages or Cajun hot dogs for like just putting in a hot dog bun anymore. It sucks.
I don't think I've come across anything quite like that.
It was so good, dude. I didn't know anyone else that got it, so I felt like I was like, dude, this is catered just for me.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and I bet the company probably knew that too, so they were like, we gotta stop making this because Jackson's the only one fucking eating it. But yeah, Bar 6, fucking make those again. Make your sausages great again.
Make sausages great.
You guys want to go ahead and move into Yo Dude, check this out?
Yeah.
Yo, dude. Hey, yo, what's up? Check this out. Yo, dude.
All right. Yo, dude, check this out. Man, check out Linkin Park's 20th anniversary for Meteora. I think it's the 20th anniversary. It's got these 4 tracks on there, dude. They're like the new tracks for the album. I listen to them all the time now. They're so good, dude. I can see why they cut them because they sound like other songs, but I freaking love them. They're so good. Yeah. Check that out. The new reissue of the Linkin Park Meteor album. It's pretty good.
I'll definitely check it out.
Hell yeah.
Yo, dude, check this out. So, I learned a little bit of history about the album Bedlam and Goliath by the Mars Volta. I won't go too crazy into it, but you guys should definitely watch a YouTube video on it sometime because it's insane. Whenever they were making the video, they had an idea that they didn't really know what they wanted to do for the album, but one day they went to like an old antique shop and they found a Ouija board, but it wasn't like a normal square Ouija board. This one was like in the middle, like a circle, and it looked weird. They had the alphabet all going all the way around it, but then there was like a bunch of random symbols in the middle, and they bought it, and then they used it like a couple times, and to them they say like it was actually like moving on its own and stuff like that. I always think it's bullshit every time I hear stuff like that, but they would use that to try to help themselves like write music, like what should we do, and they said like it actually communicated with like what they wanted to put in the music, and they learned that the spirit that was talking to him was named Goliath, which is where the Bedlam and Goliath comes from. Then they tried to get someone to transcribe what was on the board, and they took it to like 3 different people, and the 3 people that like the first person was like, get this out of my house, I want nothing to do with this. Second person was like, dude, like, you don't want to be messing with that kind of thing or whatever. And then the third person was like, yeah, it says some, it's a mantra for some kind of like really satanic stuff. And then they like talked to Goliath some more. Goliath was like, I want out. Give me a vessel. And they were like, okay, fuck this. We're not messing with this thing anymore. They tried to get rid of it by, I think, Omar Rodriguez Lopez, the guitar player. He has a family that's like into like like practices Santeria and stuff like that. So they were gonna like, all right, let's try to cure this curse or whatever. Let's go ahead and wrap it up in a blanket and then bury it, is what they said that they wanted to do. That's what they did. As soon as they did that, a whole bunch of really bad luck started happening for the band. Like, their drummer quit on them. The lead singer broke his ankle, like, on tour. Their guitar player, or I think it was actually their bass player. Their bass player got, like, some crazy blood disease. Like, it was just, like, one after the other, just a bunch of bad luck. And then they finally decided, they did something to try to counteract, like, all the music that they put into the album so far with good vibes. And so they like, we tried to counteract as much of the bad stuff that was put in there from Goliath with good stuff. So it's a combination of bad, like evil and good fighting. But the weird thing is, a lot of people also have nausea whenever they listen to the album, and people think that it is Goliath that is actually getting what he wants, and he's now using this album to get into the minds of people and like fuck with them and stuff like that.
Wow.
It's really crazy. Like, if you watch a YouTube video on it that can explain it way better than me, it's way more interesting. But that's the second album that I found out about Mars Volta where it just has an insane backstory that I'm like, dude, like, I love Mars Volta so much. It just makes you like him so much more whenever you find out, like, whoa. It's like when you find out Coheed and Cambria has a whole comic book series based off their music, and you're like, what? And it just makes you like them so much more.
I don't know if hearing a band is using a Ouija board is going to make me like them more, but...
No, it's just hearing the backstory of how they made the album, and... Yeah. It's more just like the story of like what went into the album while they were doing it.
Yeah.
I don't have a yo, dude.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, dude, check this out. This video Kyle shared, it's type in Shrek, but every time he steps, it gets 5% faster. It's pretty normal at first, and then once it speeds up, it gets kind of funny. And I was laughing, having a good time. And then like the last 2 minutes, man, it is like insane. Like it gets to the point where you're just like, man, am I
no
being
idea what's
like,
being said?
Like, am I like getting like some sort of information put into my brain somehow, like subliminal messaging going on here? But it's pretty fun to watch. It's goofy, but yeah, you get to watch a whole movie in like 9 minutes, so can't complain about that.
There was this one time I just seen this random clip on the internet, and it was like the part from Age of Ultron, the Avengers movie, where Vision takes, he grabs Ultron's head, and it'll show that, and then all of a sudden it shows the B movie like 500 times speed. Like it just shows the whole movie, and then it shows like him letting go of Ultron, and he's like, "Oh!" Like that's the only time like I've seen something like that with the B movie and Ultron.
I need to check that out, dude. That's awesome.
One of my favorite videos like that. I've never watched the whole thing because it'd be stupid if I did, but it's the movie Lord of the Rings. Except every time, like, Sam gets to that part where he says, "If I take one more step it'll be the farthest away from home I have ever been. And it does that scene, and he's like, come on, Sam. And then he takes a step, repeats the scene. And it does that for the rest of the movie. It shows the movie, the entire movie, but every time he takes a step, it replays that scene over and over. This is it. If I take one more step, it'll be the farthest away from home I have ever been. There he is climbing Frodo to the top of the mountain, trying to throw the rain in there. This is it.
This is it, Mr. Frodo.
You can't leave without your Sam.
That's great, dude.
That's
great.
another part of movies that make me cry, man. That part where he's like, I can't carry it for you. I can carry you. That gets me every single time, dude. Every time.
Do you pretend like you're the Eagles carrying them away?
No.
No? Okay.
I pretend I'm Sam getting up to finally get the balls to go ask out Susie.
Okay. Hell yeah.
But you never get the balls.
Never have the balls.
He's got the balls at the end of the trilogy.
Yeah, at the end of the trilogy, he does.
But Jackson never.
I just gotta fight a war first, Kyle.
Yep.
I gotta go deep in the enemy. I gotta go into Russia.
Good luck.
And I gotta drop a ring on Putin's head.
Right.
I don't know. And then I come back and be like, okay, Jennifer Lawrence.
Well, guys, that's been episode 101 with Matt.
Whoop, whoop.
That's
Yeah.
the sound of the police.
Whoop, whoop.
I forgot to bring 101 Dalmatians down here with me. I was going to do it. I have a bunch upstairs.
Oh, are they going to quiz us on the movie?
Yeah, they're going to quiz us on the movie.
I don't know shit about 101 Dalmatians other than there's 101 of them, and in the second one there was one more.
102.
Maybe next time.
Actually, I do remember one part in the cartoon version where the dog goes and jumps into a bunch of coal dust, makes himself black, and then he's like, look, I'm a Labrador. And now, as I look back on that as an adult, I'm like, this seems a bit racist. This is like dog blackface.
Right? Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, hope you guys have a good rest of your week, and we'll see you guys all next week.
Have a good one. Don't do dog blackface.
Wear a
Bye.
condom.
Yeah.
Don't mind the penis.
With the rubbers, with the rubbers. We looking for the puss. Where is the puss? 3, 2, 1.
Crashing with friends.